What's everybody? Oh man, what is up, everybody? Honest Dave here. Uh, so I spent. Let's make sure I can get in focus here. I've got like screens and stuff going on. Uh, I spent pretty much the whole day yesterday watching this Kavanaugh Ford hearing thing, and let's see if I can put it in perspective a little bit. Uh, if you've studied psychology at all, you would understand one of the basic principles that psychologists usually deal with and try to explain to some of their patients and colleagues that false memories are a thing. And you can be completely convinced of a story that you're telling about anything and 100% believe that it's true. And it could absolutely be completely false. You could have fabricated the whole thing up inside of your head. And there's a lot of different variables that make that more possible. Um, Time elapsing, stressful events, all of these things. And Dr. Ford knows this because she's supposed to be a psychologist. She knows this, so she was very careful to step around the potholes in her story. Never mind the quivering voice and all that stuff, and her eyes and those things. Um, I found that to be. I found it to be slightly disingenuous. Although I believe that she believes she's telling the truth. Um, so that leads me to believe or lean towards the notion that something happened to her. Um, but it also puts me in the position of having to be realistic and saying there is a chance that it was not Brett Kavanaugh. Because when she told her therapist or whatever, she never named anybody. So this is like a hole in her story that just makes me sort of lift the eyebrow there because she if she was so certain it was Brett Kavanaugh, why didn't she say so earlier? Because Brett Kavanaugh has been a prominent figure for quite a while, decades. So there's that. With Brett Kavanaugh and his calendar and everything, that's pretty convincing. Um, but here's the other thing with psychology, and when it comes to fake memories, is that you can when somebody says, well, that didn't happen and I wasn't there, usually you can lean towards that being true because the fantastical usually leans towards, oh, I was there and remember how we did this. I mean, especially if you've ever been like, you get with your buddies that you haven't seen in a while, especially where we're talking about high school days and we're talking about maybe a party or some event or something that you were at and you go, oh yeah, and we did that and we did this, and everybody's got a different like lean on it, and you go, was that, oh, what, really, was that? And then people start bringing up stuff, and when people start feeding off of each other like that, the baloney can start to fly because 5 years later when you guys get back together again, the memory is going to be different. So this whole thing is built off of a very, very weak platform of credible memories. And memories are probably the most least credible things that human beings do. It's almost always an illusion. And our realities are only made up inside of our heads. No one person that is walking the face of the earth today or ever truly understands reality and has a complete grasp on reality. And I know that's hard for people to swallow because humans also carry around egos. And so, they humans have to feel like they're right and righteous and all of this stuff. And don't get me wrong. Um, I'm all for protecting victims, especially people, victims of sexual assault, any kind of assault, men, women, kids, whatever. I don't want anybody to be assaulted. But we need to make sure that we're ingraining it in our society to where it is unacceptable for people to not come forward. That's what needs to make sure. If we don't learn anything from all of this, this is all we learn, is that not coming forward is unacceptable behavior. If you have been a victim, you feel like you've been a victim, victimized in any kind of way, you need to come forward immediately and tell somebody. Like Ford even says she left one of her friends at a potential rape scene and split. That's another pothole in that story. And I'm like, that doesn't. I mean, maybe she was really super scared and just wanted to get away, but that sounds like if I knew where there was a rapist in the building, I would be yelling rape as I'm leaving the building. Maybe that's just me. But we can't do all this coulda, shoulda, woulda stuff. So what's going to happen now? They're postponing this, and they want more of an investigation, which is only going to lead right back to where we are right here. You're going to get eyewitness testimonies, which science has proven. It's a scientific fact that eyewitness testimony is very rarely credible. All the people named on the list said they don't know what you're talking about. They didn't say that it didn't happen. People that are saying that the other witnesses named that they said it didn't happen, that's not what they said. They said they had no knowledge of it. So that's different. But it still leaves to, you have Ford's story and you have Kavanaugh's story. And it doesn't really matter who you believe more. Because facts don't matter in this situation because you're not going to get any facts. There's no way to get any facts. Now here's the dangerous part of this, is opening up more of an FBI investigation, which FBI is not supposed to be involved in these kind of investigations at all. This is an abuse of the FBI. What I think they're going to try to do is use that time to try to dig up something else on Kavanaugh. So we're going to be in this long thing. And this is what is pissing me off, is that Republicans are not getting the gut to stand up to this to say enough is enough. We're putting Kavanaugh through and that's it. We're not playing this game and a waiting game and find more things and we gotta investigate this to where we get this long investigation thing, kind of like the Mueller probe. It's just goofy. It's not gonna fix anything. All it is doing is publicly shaming Ford and Kavanaugh. They're the real victims in all of this. Kavanaugh's family, Ford's family, Ford herself, Kavanaugh himself. These people are being used, stood on the backs by these partisan hacks. I find it disgusting. So, that's kind of where I'm at on this one. We'll see what the new investigation or the further investigation digs up. But get yourself ready for some more Me Too. Anyway, love me, hate me, let me know what you think. Put your stuff down there in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And like, subscribe, share. Till next time, I'm Honest Abe, and we'll see you later. Bye.